Okay, so this is what you're missing in jiu-jitsu. If you enjoy grappling arts, I highly encourage you to come and meet me at Gladiators Academy on Mondays and Wednesdays at 10 o'clock. I'll be more than happy to teach you some of the stuff I'm about to show you right here. I will make you not only someone who can defend yourself, but also someone that is a better person. I know that doesn't make sense to you, but trust me, if you've been in jiu-jitsu for a while, it makes you a better person, okay? So if you are a part of our school or you're part of another school and you're looking for some tips or some tricks, I got something for you today. So one of our biggest issues that we tend to have is that a lot of people like to ride the hips to make sure we can stay in control of our opponent. Well, I'm going to show you something a little bit different from a basic submission that we teach everyone on how to finish it more effectively while controlling our opponent. So, CJ, would you head that way? Okay, so let's go ahead like this first. All right, so if you're in a traditional side control, you may see both knees close to the body, hands cupped like this, even one hand cupped behind the person, doesn't really matter, okay? You may even see people have this type where that back leg is stretched out. Regardless, when this person is defending, their elbows are nice and tight, or they're pushing into my face because they don't know what else to do, it's hard for me to do the traditional Kimura where I push the person down, drop my elbow down, key lock myself, and then submit them, okay? It's difficult because, like my coach Tim would say, if you're at the barbecue with your drunk uncle, this works great, all right? But if you've been training self-defense for a day, you'll learn quickly that that's kind of difficult, all right? So in jiu-jitsu or all martial arts, we're always gonna use our body, all right? Our body together is more strong than hand on hand, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to shift my weight. So I'm gonna grab onto the shoulder if it was no-gi, or I'm gonna horse collar it. I'm going to rotate my hips in, all right, into this position, all right? My knee is under his shoulder. It'd be great if it's like this. If it's not a big deal. My hip is pinned up against his hip. I'm not like this because then I'll be off weighted and then I can be rolled over. Now, his arm is defensive, in a good position, defending himself. Maybe he doesn't want me to choke him, that's right. I'm going to cup his hand and I'm going to rotate my hips and push with my chest, not my arm, my hips and chest back to his arm, back to the ground. That gives me a lot more power. Instead of, all right, here, rotate, boom, and I'm back down to side control. This elbow comes driving back down onto his neck. Now here's the trick, human anatomy, all right? I do not want to be the way I am, okay? This is good for people who have been in the game for a while. You're gonna realize this problem real quick. So here I am. I got my hips pinned into his hips. I have him pinned in side control, good position. Here's my play, look. All right, so I moved his arm that much to submit him. So now, CJ, when I start to do that, get out. Oh, that happens. That happens a lot. Well, I don't understand. My coach taught me this, my coach taught me that. It's working. It is working. You're doing it just right. You're doing it the wrong way. That's right, I said the wrong way. I'm gonna tell you why. Because, like my coach said, when I'm at the barbecue and there's pork and beans all over the floor, I can easily submit them. But when I'm on the mat against someone who's experienced, they start moving their hips. I lose my position, not because they're better than me, but it's because my hip is on their hip. So wherever they go, I go. Sometimes that's good. In this case, this is bad. So what I'm gonna do is when I get to this position, I'm gonna shift my weight down and pin the other shoulder to the mat. By doing this, I'm gonna get on my toes and drive my hips in like a downward dog in yoga. Now watch. Saw that? I moved my hands that much. Now, hip out. I can submit him at any time. He can't get to me. His shoulders are pinned. So this can move all at once. He'll never invert and catch me. It's too far away. He can't bring his legs in. And the further he brings his legs in, even if for some reason if I'm wide out like this and he begins to touch my leg, all I have to do is come over more towards the north-south position. So, we're inside control. Boom. I grip, switch my position, grab, rotate my whole body all my way down. Got my key lock and look my leg. I'm going to switch over, boom, and flatten out. Active toes. And all I did was motorcycle. You start to tap. I haven't even moved this hand yet. Traditional. Look at that. It's a massive play. To this, to this. Hell, even the second time, all I did was that. All right? That is a trick on finishing the Kimura. If you're having problems finishing it from side control, which was a question I got today, it's because you're laying diagonal across your opponent. It's nice because you feel like you have their hips under control, but what you don't understand is every time they move, you're gonna move. And if I'm trying to hold my position, I'm losing the submission. Hope this helps out.